Washington Grown is made possible by funding from the Washington State Department of Agriculture and the USDA Specialty Crop Block Grant Program. And by the Potato Farmers of Washington. Learn why Washington is home to the world's most productive potato fields and farmers by visiting potatoes.com.
Hi everyone, I'm Christy Gordson and welcome to Washington Grown. Washington produce isn't just for eating. Take these hops for example. These are being grown in Prosser, Washington, and they will end up in some of the best beer in the world. In this episode, we're going to explore our favorite beverages and the Washington Grown ingredients that go into them. Val's learning how Washington wines are being used to make brandy.
I'm gonna stick around a while.
And I'm making a Columbia River steelhead dish at Cider in Spokane. 2 thumbs up. If I had more thumbs, I would put more thumbs up. Plus, I'm learning how to make apple cider.
I think we should listen.
I'm a little slow. All this and more today on Washington Grown. It's a flavorcation for your mouth.
Flavorcation.
I'm just gonna hold on.
You got a long ways to go. Let's
Okay,
go.
sorry. I know, get with it.
You were not kidding about a party of flavors. Wait a minute, where are all my pears?
Eat 2, pick 1.
Exactly.
I'm gonna stick around a while.
We're changing hearts tonight.
Yes, we are.
Wow, I got work to do.
Yeah, you do.
All right, let's go.
If you're from Spokane, you've probably heard of Chef Ian Wingate. As a successful restaurateur in the area, his culinary talents have fed many people in Spokane, and his newest adventure takes his expertise even further. Cider is Chef Ian's dream kitchen.
I kind of call it my retirement job.
Your retirement job, because this is like your dream, the dream
Exactly,
restaurant?
yeah. I built the kitchen around like how I wanted it to invite guests into my home.
He has a certain style, a lot of fresh vegetables and seafood and quality without being too pretentious.
Spokane legend.
I knew it was going to be a treat.
With an incredibly relaxed and friendly atmosphere, Cider is serving up some amazing food. The way Chef Ian approaches his menu is by focusing on fresh, local ingredients first. From there, everything else just comes together.
I don't really have a game plan what I'm going to make or what dish I'm going to do, but when I see something that inspires me, then it goes from there.
Yeah.
My favorite farmer here in Spokane is Dan Jackson with Jackson Farms. He grows the best tomatoes literally in the United States.
Oh, Dan.
And his little cherry tomatoes, it's like people that don't like tomatoes, eat one of those, it's like eating candy.
Just fresh, real, authentic food.
The hidden gem in the city.
Don't go anywhere because later in the show, Chef Ian and I will make a special Columbia River steelhead dish with local veggies.
So I'm going to have you chop some parsley here.
Okay. He's like, stop talking, start chopping.
The Walla region is known across the nation for its wonderful wines. Riesling, Chardonnays, Merlots, and more are all specially made to be delicious in this region. That's why I'm talking to Brad Binko, owner and winemaker of Eternal Wines. So what are some of the things that you enjoy about the wine world?
Everything. I picked Walla because it was an up-and-coming wine region. I mean, we have the great soils here and the minerals that were deposited through the Missoula floods, thousands of years ago. And as a winemaker, I just feel it's important to let the grapes kind of show their true nature at the end of fermentation.
But wine isn't the only thing being made out of these amazing grapes.
This building was an old barracks built during World War II. It was built to train B-17 and B-24 bomber crews, and we turned it into our distillery.
Here at DW Distillers, Keith and his partner Craig are making something special out of this region's favorite beverage.
We make brandy out of local Walla Walla wines, and we use wines that are already aged, already tasty, delicious wines, and then we convert them distill them into brandy. Some of the best wines in the world are here in Walla Walla. There's so many wineries and they're all so good. And we've got some great relationships with the winemakers here. And it's one of the things we really try to do is make the brandy taste like the wine that it comes from. So each of our brandies is a little different and has its own flavor.
You know, I never had my wines made into brandy before. It was kind of fun to see the final product, you know, versus if we gave them a Viognier or whether we gave them a Merlot. And there was the different personalities of each of these brandies.
It's not just an alcoholic spirit. I mean, I think about this place, and I'm pretty sure there were young men here who, after doing something, they had a glass of something. Quite often it was probably brandy. People have just enjoyed this drink for centuries.
Now I'm meeting up with Keith's partner, Craig, to see the process in action.
So these are all brandies that are aging. There's a Merlot here from Eternal Wines. That's Brad Binko's work. There's a Rosé from the Walls. There's a Cab Sauv also from Eternal.
But the real test comes with the taste.
You smell the caramels and vanillas in there.
I'm smelling alcohol.
Well, there is alcohol. That is true. This is much stronger than most alcohol should get.
I mean,
this is at about 56%. I get the right vanillas there. I get a little bit of baking spice.
it's really cool.
Well, there's I'm getting a little bit of cherry in it, almost like a chocolate-covered cherry, something like that.
Okay.
All right, then.
Wow, I just don't have the palate for it yet.
Well, you just need to drink a lot more. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah. You're fine.
And now it's time to taste the final product.
So the best way to taste is to take a little nose, see what you can get out of that.
I smell something citrusy.
Oh yeah, that's great.
I do?
It's a Riesling, so definitely there's going to be some citrus in it.
Okay.
And so the little nose, a little taste, but don't finish it.
I feel like I got the peach,
Cool.
which I thought I was smelling, but I wasn't confident.
Right. If it's going to be a cocktail, then you're going to mix it with water because you're going to either mix it with fruit juices or you're going to mix it with ice. And so the evolution of it is going to be important. So I'm going to put 1 drop of water. Boom. So it's just 1 drop. See if you see a difference.
Okay. Now I'm tasting things that I didn't even see on the sheet.
Sure, absolutely. Yep, that's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Wow, you guys make the best brandy.
What's really happening there is that the universal solvent, water, is breaking all of the weak hydrogen bonds. By breaking them apart, you can taste more things. But it evolves, and if you're gonna make a cocktail or you're gonna put a rock in it, you wanna know how will it evolve.
Could I like brandy more than like wine?
You can like both. There's no wrong answer to that.
Definitely a lot more drinking to do, so I'm gonna stick around a while.
Coming up, I'm making Columbia River steelhead with local veggies at Outsider in Spokane.
2 thumbs up. If I had more thumbs, I would put more thumbs up.
And we're in the kitchen at Second Harvest trying Chef Laurent's berry crostata recipe. We're back at Outsider in Spokane. Incredible food made right in front of the customer creates a unique and intimate experience for guests. There's no smoke or mirrors here. At Outsider, it's fresh Washington ingredients prepared right.
It has everything I want in a dish. It feels healthy and delicious and interesting and balanced.
It's like as if somebody just, picked the ingredients from the garden and brought it over to me.
People are working really hard to grow stuff, and it's like, let's just let it taste like how it's supposed to taste.
Owner and chef Ian Wingate knows that making amazing dishes means using amazing ingredients. And here in Washington, we grow all sorts of amazing produce.
The cocktail we're going to do today actually is with lilac flowers, and they're only in season for a short window. And then we got some local cherries, and we're going to use a local DW Distillers brandy to make a cocktail with.
Now I'm meeting bartender Amber to make a special cocktail.
So there are actually lilac flower something.
Yes, it's infused into our simple syrup.
Okay, well, I'm excited. So tell me what we're gonna do.
So first you're gonna grab your glass over here and you're gonna put it into a little bit of our lime juice and then just put in the sugar. And
some
here,
lilac infused
simple syrup.
Which is so creative.
And now what is this? This
is our Washington grown cherry fruit puree.
Okay.
And now we have some of our Luxardo, which is infused cherry liqueur. And then the star of the show, our brandy from Walla Walla. We could do a little shit. Pour it in here.
Oh, look at that beautiful color.
And we're gonna just top it with the cherry.
Voila.
Would you like to taste?
Yes, I absolutely want to taste. Oh, that's delicious.
Very good.
Yeah.
Bring some warm, tingly feelings. It's a good drink.
That's what I'm feeling. Now that I'm all warmed up, it's time to cook with Chef Ian. Well, what are you and I going to make today?
Today we're going to do Columbia River steelhead. It's going to be with local lentils, peas, asparagus.
Well, now I'm hungry. I feel like we're sitting around a campfire.
Yeah, it gets toasty back there.
Yeah, I know. It's nice and warm. This is a beautiful looking fillet.
Yeah, steelhead's nice. They spawn twice a year, so they're more relatively available than salmon. And we're going to put the skin side down so it gets nice and crispy. Okay.
So that's just going to sit in there.
Yeah, we're going to. The oven's about 850 degrees right now, so it won't take long. And
a little warm.
Yeah. So I'm going to have you chop some parsley.
Okay.
Here.
He's like, stop talking, start chopping.
And then I'm going to add some lemon to this. Now you're going to chop that. You're going to keep chopping. We're going to add a little garlic here. In Italy, they use this as an accoutrement for fish.
Okay.
Kind of like we use tartar sauce. So,
yeah.
So this
I see. You know, I have no idea what I'm doing over here, so.
That's the beauty of this. There's no wrong or right way to do it. Just keep chopping.
Okay.
Just throw it right in the bowl there. Beautiful. I did these lentils beforehand. Okay. So what we have in here is lentils with curry. There's some potatoes, garlic, curry, chili powder, cumin, lemon juice, and then
smells really
so that's kind of our base. And then from there, we're just gonna chop up some of this.
Lovely
local asparagus.
Washington-grown asparagus. Look at that.
And then some fresh spring peas.
This is like the perfect spring dish.
Yeah. We'll add a little bit of a bell pepper for sweetness and color. And then we're just going to throw that right in the oven.
I love how you're using so many fresh ingredients. I think that makes such a huge difference in how things taste.
Absolutely. That's our philosophy here is like, we let what's grown dictate what we're going to make for our menu. So, all right, now we're going to grab the lentils out of the oven.
Ooh, look at how pretty that is.
Steelhead.
Awesome.
This is called zug. It's kind of a zug.
Okay.
It's a Mediterranean hot sauce. So it's cilantro, jalapenos, lime juice, and olive oil.
Oh, that sounds great.
We'll put a little bit of flake salt on top. This here is a green peppercorn aioli.
So many flavors going on in here.
Yeah, we have the steelhead, but really the vegetables and the lentils are the star of the show.
Yeah. How do you attack a dish like this?
I like to try to get a little bit of everything for the perfect bite.
Oh my gosh. That is so good.
What I love about steelhead, super mild. It's not over fatty like salmon.
Yeah.
And then when you pair it with vegetables, the vegetables really shine. It doesn't overpower it. The lemons that you chopped up, and then the zug, you get that cilantro.
Oh my gosh.
And then the curry comes from the back end, and you just get that finish with curry.
2 thumbs up. If I had more thumbs, I would put more thumbs up. For more restaurants, recipes, farms, and fun, visit us at wagrown.com. The best way to teach kids about farming is to get them outside picking fruit, and there's no better place to experience that magic in Spokane than here at Green Bluff.
I started picking raspberries when I was about 8, and I'm going to finish out picking raspberries because we have raspberries here, and I love it.
Here at Hansen's Green Bluff Orchard, Karen Hansen knows the importance of fresh fruit. She and her family dreamed about having an orchard before this land even became available.
Married my husband back in '64, and he had always dreamt of having a farm and an orchard. I came up here to buy a box of pears. I said, my husband always has wanted to have an orchard. She laughed at Rink, and she said, we've got 10 acres for sale just down the road. The rest is history.
And here we are. What's it like working with your mom?
The truth? Actually, it's great.
Farm manager Derek Hansen works with his mother and his team to grow amazing fruit. At this time in early fall, apples are ripe and ready for the picking.
Oh my God.
I heard the crunch from here.
Mm-hmm. Hear the crunch for miles.
When my husband planted the trees, he knew he wanted to do cider eventually. So he planted varieties that would ripen throughout the season. So there would always be fresh apples to pick for the cider.
And so that's a popular item for you.
It is. By Sunday we're out. I mean, it's crazy. We cannot keep cider in that cooler very long. It's just, you know.
People love it.
And I'm so thankful.
Well, Thursdays are cider making days, so let's see what all the fuss is about.
Every batch is different.
Every barrel.
Every barrel is different.
Let me get you a pair of gloves. Go ahead and stand up here on the platform.
Okay.
And the object is to fill the hopper up with apples. Just dip that in there. And you lift it up there and kind of try to roll it down the side of the hopper.
Okay.
Nice and slow. This is a great shoulder workout.
Yeah, no doubt.
I think we should do this.
I'm a little slow. I can feel my muscles getting bigger already.
Well, Pete's got the bionic shoulder. He can do this for about 3 hours straight.
Show me your muscles, Pete. He needed a break. Oh, look at him go.
Well, let's get some glasses here
Okay.
and we'll try a sample. About as fresh as you can get.
No. Woo! That's delicious. There's nothing better.
You have to be careful drinking too much of this because it is loaded with pectin and it will go right through you.
Good to know.
What we can produce up here is just amazing. You know, it really is when you think about what you put in the dirt and what comes out of it. You know, I know there's a scientific reason for how it all happens, but it's a miracle to me. You know,
It's magical. Yeah.
It is. It really is.
Cheers, guys. Thank you so much.
Coming up, Tomas is trying out a boozy shake at Shelby's Burgers.
Now that is a shake. If you love a good burger and fries like I do, then look no further than Shelby's Burgers in Spokane. Using fresh Washington ingredients, they are knocking it out of the park with their zesty smash burgers and hot, crispy fries. But when I showed up today, manager Michaela Miller had prepared something that I wasn't expecting. This doesn't look like burgers to me. What is the story here? What's happening?
So we kind of wanted to have it have its own vibe of having like a retro diner vibe as well.
Okay.
So milkshakes and burgers.
All right.
Milkshakes are a dime a dozen, so Shelby's has decided to max the fun with their boozy shakes. Unlike a traditional shake, Shelby's uses raspberry liqueur from Whidbey Island Distillery and get this, a creme brulee cheesecake to make this.
It looks like a lot, but really it's just on top there's a lot going on. It's gonna get messy.
That's okay. Let's get messy. We get a little bit of raspberry, we get a little everything. Here we go. What's so fun about that is as soon as you get that liqueur in your mouth, that kind of wakes you up.
Yep.
Because you're not expecting that.
You get tired after you eat a burger and you eat a milkshake and then just kind of pops you right back alive.
It is a fun surprise.
Right, and sometimes they're a little dangerous because you drink 2 of them and you're like, whoa.
You're gonna be full and tipsy at the same time.
I asked Michaela to whip up a couple more shakes for my friends, after I checked their IDs, of course.
Now that is a shake.
Want to eat it again?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, I could taste it more in that one.
You put a bigger pour. You put a bigger pour in that one. What goes better with burger fries than a milkshake, right?
A boozy milkshake.
A boozy milkshake.
Never seen one like that.
That's delicious.
It's pretty good.
That's not just what you're gonna say.
We should probably have more of these.
Yeah, as soon as it got to that second bite, I was like, I can taste it now.
This is a big boy treat. And we'll see what happens if we order a second one.
Mega section.
That's right. Now, that's a milkshake, isn't it?
Toward the end of summer, a pilgrimage is made. From all over the country, brewers flock to the Yakima Valley.
I mean, Austin, Seattle, Portland, there's some back east, there's some Midwest, it's all over the country.
And the reason they're here? Hops.
What do you like about Washington hops?
They're amazing.
I mean, they grow, obviously, the majority of the hops in the country, and I think a lot of the
best hops in the country. It's such a great growing region, and there's so many growers. There's just some magic, about the soil and the hops that are produced here, so it's really a nice place.
It's around 3/4 of U.S. hop production that's produced here in the Yakima Valley.
Dr. Kayla Altendorf is a research geneticist with USDA Agricultural Research Service. The Brewers visited her research plot in Prosser as part of their tour of the Yakima Valley.
The Brewers come here to make their selections for the hops that they're going to purchase for the upcoming year. And that gets down to like the field level.
The cool part was going to meet these growers and farmers and seeing their passion, which is the same passion that, we have for beer and the brewers have when they're making the beer.
They come and make their selections, and that's like a pilgrimage that they do every year to this region.
And there's beer drinking involved for sure.
Oh yeah.
Dr. Altendorf's research is focused on hop quality. She and her team breed different strains of hops for various purposes.
We're trying to improve hops, develop new hop varieties, as well as improve the process of hop breeding. The best hop in my mind is resistant to powdery mildew, downy mildew, has really good agronomics, like yields well. But then honestly, we could develop a hop that has all of those things, but if the brewers don't find it interesting or it doesn't have a place in beer, it doesn't go anywhere. We actually put a lot of selection pressure on cone shape and size because it matters for commercial picking machines. Yeah. So we're looking for something that's of substantial size, but that doesn't just easily fall apart. We're always checking the color of the lupulin.
Is that the yellow part?
Yes, and that's where all the aroma and flavor comes from. But then of course we rub it together, smell it. This one's underripe, it smells like green pepper. Just kind of like greenish vegetables. Yeah. After a while, they start to get like that signature hop smell. Yeah. And then once they become overripe, they smell like onions and garlic.
Yeah. So really interesting crop.
The engagement that you see with hops, they want to know what we're doing. They care about the research. They support us. That makes it so much fun.
We're in the kitchen at Second Harvest, and I'm joined by a great group of friends.
Yeah, the gang's here.
I know. I love it. Exactly. So we have Val and Tomas and Chef Laurent Zarati. Thank you.
I'm especially happy.
There was a lot of booze in this episode, wasn't there?
Oh, yes, there was.
I always love it when we do a beverage, when we do the beverage episode. It's like my favorite time of the year.
Yes.
It doesn't get much better than that.
And the time at the distillery.
Oh my gosh, it was a sweet treat.
That was cool.
Now, I have to say, I heard about
You
your
heard
little
about
trip
my
to the distill, that you really liked the brandy.
Yeah, you did.
I'm sure that's because I learned how to drink it properly.
Yes.
How do you drink it properly?
Well, there were several things that were helpful for me. One was having a little cheat sheet, first of all.
Okay.
For all of the different brandies, they had the elements that were in there. And I found that to be very, very helpful, understanding the elements, because then by the time I got to my nose and it got to my palate, it was easier for me to identify what it was I was tasting.
You knew what you were searching for.
Yeah, and so to be able to taste the pear, to be able to taste the cherry, to be able to taste these flavors was great.
Yeah.
And for me, the secret was closing my eyes so I could really become one with the libation.
Ooh, I love it.
It was
She
deep.
had a zen moment with the brandy. Well, I got to taste the brandy because then we used that brandy to make the cocktail at Outsider. And I have to say that was one of the best cocktails I've ever had. They made a couple, and I was like, okay, look that way, and I stole it.
It's like cooking. Being a bartender is like cooking. Yeah. We have that term now, mixology, and it's an art. Like
and you
cooking.
can really use, fresh ingredients for cocktails, and it just, is mind blowing.
And we're gonna use berries for that recipe today. In that episode, right? A berry crustada. All those berries and juice. And
love
can't
it.
wait. Let's
I know.
Let's do it.
Let's see how we make it.
What a great way to showcase Washington grown berries.
But you were going to say, what a way to showcase whipped cream.
And whipped cream.
Anything with berries, though, is my favorite.
I'm moving gently because my fork is. Oh, you like that?
It was really good.
Whoa! I love just watching you enjoy.
That was good.
That's what you call table pounding good.
Yes.
I know. And I like the mix of the berry today. Blackberry, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, all mixed together.
Summertime.
Summertime.
It's very bright, it's light, but it's tasty. You want to keep going back for more when you
Delicious.
have this.
The pastry is divine.
And the pastry
too.
is really good. Yes.
So what are you waiting for? Make this at home right now.
Gobble, gobble.
Gobble gobble is right. I love it. To get the recipe for Chef Laurent Zarati's Berry Crostata, visit us at wagrown.com.
Wine, beer, brandy, whatever it is you like to drink, have a toast to Washington farmers. That'll do it for this episode of Washington Grown. We'll see you next time.